Alright, now the whole Wolverine connection with 110. 110 again is a line, and a line of the slash on a fist. That's one hand, but if you don't circle the 110 and you circle it with a 1 by 3, okay, that creates the other hand. Okay, the circle is another set. So that's the two fists with 3 claws each. Now, if you think of 5D Earth and you think of the 1 now extending to the 5, look what you have under the G. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 claws on a hand. Everything's askew. Lady Deathstrike or whatever, she has like adamantium fingertips. She has 5 of them. They're longer than Wolverine's, but there's 5 of them. They're thinner. Interesting. Now again, no Sam, it's actually, let's say, Angla or Anglo. Anglo-Saxons, you know, the order, I don't know. English is the language of mathematics. It's common tongue. We have Logan, you know. So, Gollum, not Gollum, but Gall. Maybe the N is upside down and it's a U. Gall, Galla. But they know a 1 is a 3, so an A would be like a 13. An M? Gollum? Gollum. Gollum. G-O-L. The O upside down looks like an O. The N upside down looks like a U. G-O-L-U. And an A is a 1, but they know a 1 is a 3. Because they count for the circles that we don't account for. So it's like a 13, let's say. A 1 is a 3. 13. That's an M. Gollum. He's obsessed with the Ring of Power. It drives him mad. Found Logan and Gollum from No Sam. Because it's backwards. It doesn't work. It's wrong. It needs revision. Mason doesn't mean what they think it means. It doesn't mean what a lot of them think it means. Or if they know, then they're high up in the chain. I don't know how many people know this. It's a story of, you know, Marvel comic characters. Anglo. It's Lord of the Rings. It's where Gollum fits into all this. Gollum might represent a Freemason, you know, in that story. Obsessed with the power that this possesses. Guy. Alright, so I just wanted to emphasize the whole comic book thing because I think it's important. Now, lots of work to do, guy. I have to somehow, unless they're not already in the fold of the knowledge of this, they might be, they might not be. Maybe I was needed to have the idea in her subconscious, but she was allowed to know. If she knows, this will be a lot easier. She's just waiting for me to get educated. Keep picking at the scab because she knew I would. And she knew I had nothing in my safe. I think all the good stuff was real and true. Or she's a really good actress that no one knows about. No, you can't fake. No. But that's sad for Kevin. We create a fly speck with this X. It makes the G and the D, which is backwards, encapsulated in a 5 to 1. It's a 21. It's a 1 and a 1 and a dot. It's 110. It's a circle, a one-dimensional line circling the G, a one-dimensional line circling the backwards D, and a dot to connect them all. It's 110. In their reality, their X is an upside down, backwards, and flipped 7, which is like an X on an angle. Because they count for the angle, they count for the plus ones. and they count for subtraction because they counted for all the plus ones. We count for addition and multiplication. They count for subtraction and division. Their higher self reality. Their fly speck is made with the 7. Ours is made with the X. Their 7 is their dot for their 1 and 1, which goes around the C, and which goes around the T, which would be like a big star. Makes like a 4 and a 1. Well, this is a 2 by 5, and it's going to be like 2/5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. 2 out of 5 and 4 out of 5 centered. It's like a goalpost for football, but like from an angle. It's like looking at the goalpost from a different angle, and this is the ground. So there's your 52. Your 5 rows and 2 columns, and it's being fly specced to like if it goes all the way around and counts for all the nothing, which I think it does, it would go right up here because the 7's included, and it would go right down to the 76. It would take this whole thing. It would take a 5 by 5. It creates 5D Earth. See, they live in a 5D. They have to learn 3D. We live in a 3D and have to learn 5D to bring 8D to Earth, infinite, and then on with everyone's consciousness, everyone's higher self, and everything. Yeah, so it makes a 5 by 5 bubble. 55, we have 4 of them, and then a 5 5 here. Come on, up to here and here makes a 5 by 5, and there's your 5 by 5 after where plants are. The first created thing after 3 lights were created. On the 6th row to create a 1 by 6. And the 1 by 7 is your G of Austin Lee Graves. But it's also a Lee because the 3 and the +1 for here, and the 1 by 4 and the +1 for the 1 by 6. It's even a 12. The 7 is a 12. The 7 is a 12. Our 7 chakras in our flesh is a whole. Only after this. And then you have to understand the +1, so 14. I'm sure there's more +1s. The fly spec math would be, like, if we're reading it our way, we can interpret it, but if we were to read it their way, it would be totally different. Totally different. Different symbols. It would like, there's no characters on the computer, you'd have to do it all by hand. To see things in their point of view. We'll have to learn a new language, guy. It's the same language, it's a different way of looking at it. The math will be totally different their way. Like, you have to understand a different number system. It won't be a 91. Like, I guess it would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So 4 across will be, let's say, 4 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. They have an 11, like a 1 to 1. Because they count for the digit and the circle around it for everything. They count for the circle that comes with everything. That's what the 11 means. So their 110 would be an 11. That makes total sense, guy. Because we depict it clearly. They don't depict it, but they count for it. Or if I go 4 and 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, it's on the 7, and the 7 is, again, it's the other end to our 7. Like our middle 7, that's their middle 7 or something, and it's just on a skewed different way of perceiving it. It's the link. It's the middle of the 1 by 3. It's how we connect to each other. It's how our bubble grows. This literal 7. Wow. 3 makes 4 makes 5 makes 6 makes 7 means our bubble of 7 will get bigger by their bubble, literally, by the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. Do you see that? The bubble of Earth, 7. We're one of 7 to begin with. Now our 7, our Earth, is going to get bigger. with new Earth and a new species and new birds and new aqualife and everything, and everything's going to mix together and evolve together. See? It's the two different realities merging as one. Like, if we're one of 7 of 13 of 100 times 2143, they must be like 1 of 7 of 7 of 5 of 1. Maybe. Or of 2 of 1, because if we're a 5 and they're a 7, you know? If they're 7D Earth and we're 5D Earth, then wouldn't it make sense that there'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, let's say, and then circle it? No, there'd be 7. They would go, I'll go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It would be the whole. It'd be the rest of it, and we'd be the. No, they're evolving to 7D. Like, we're going from 3 to 5. They're going from 4 to 7. That's what it is. We're going from 3D Earth to 5D Earth. They're going from 1, 2, 3, 4D Earth to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7D Earth. 4, 7, 7, 4 God. To them, well, 3, 5 is not cat, but what's a 5? T is a 20. A 20 is a 2 and a 0 is a 3. You have to circle the 2 and circle the 0. That's a 5. A T is a 5. 2, 0 is 3, and circle, circle is 5. 5. We're going from 3 to 5. Cat can be looked at as 3, 1, 20 or 3, 1, 5 from a certain point of view. And the 1 would be different, I guess, but you know what I'm saying? Wow. That's huge. That's huge. That's the connection with our higher self and our chakras and their chakras, and our reality and their reality. Wow. This must have been our first reality, like 1 of 7, to pass this level and then work on 1 of 7 of 13. And we're oh wow. And that's 14, which is 1 of 7 of 14, but you take away the circle in their world and you get 13. 1 of 7 of 13. And that's just the 1, 1 with a dot. That's 110. 1 of 7 of 13 of 110. So they're going from 4D Earth, 1 of 7 of 13 of 110. I'm sure there's a 2143 back here. 2 1s makes 4. But it makes a V with 3s. 2143. 2 1s, 4 total. 2 1s, 4 total, and 3, because you're making a V with 3 and 3. So that's their version. They're going from 4D Earth, 1 of 7 of 7 of 5, to 7D Earth, 1 of 7 of 7 of 5 of 1 of 2 of 1, to be the equivalent of 1 of 7 of 13 of 110, or 1 of 1 of 7, 1 of 1 of 1 of 7 of 13 of 110 of 2143. There'd be a 1 of 1 of 7 of 7 of 5 of 1 of 2 of 1. Wow. Wow. And see how we're 2 from the bottom, and they're 3 from the top. That's your 2-3 connection. And you're 5 total. 32 times 5 is 160 magnets required in heaven. Wow. That's huge. This can no longer be ignored. Or it can.